In the late 19th century, one man's quest for vengeance would reshape an entire region and echo through history. This is the story of Horatio Herbert Kitchener and his brutal reconquest of the Sudan. Our story begins 13 years earlier. In 1885, the city of Khartoum falls to the forces of a charismatic religious leader, Muhammad Ahmad, known as the Mahdi. The British-led garrison, commanded by the celebrated General Charles Gordon, is overrun. Gordon himself is killed, his head paraded on a pike. Back in Britain, the news is a national trauma. A hero has fallen, and a young, ambitious officer named Herbert Kitchener, who had idolized Gordon, takes it personally. For him, this isn't just a military defeat, it's a stain on the honor of the British Empire, a personal affront that demands retribution. Fast forward to 1896. Kitchener, now a major general and the commander-in-chief of the Egyptian army, finally gets his chance, officially. The mission is to reconquer the Sudan for Egypt and secure the headwaters of the Nile. But for Kitchener, it's a crusade. He is a man obsessed, a methodical, cold, and ruthless planner. He knows the harsh desert is as much an enemy as the Mahdist army. So he doesn't just march his troops, he builds a railway as he goes, line by line, sleeper by sleeper. The Sudan Military Railroad cuts through the unforgiving landscape, carrying troops, supplies, and the very engine of modern warfare deep into enemy territory. This isn't a dash, it's a slow, grinding, unstoppable advance. The Mahdist forces, now led by the Mahdi's successor, the Khalifa Abdullahi, are fierce and brave warriors. They have faith and courage on their side, but they are armed with swords and old rifles. Kitchener's army is a machine of the industrial age. They have Maxim machine guns, modern artillery, and gunboats patrolling the Nile. The technological gap is a chasm. The campaign is a series of brutal, one-sided encounters. At the Battle of Omdurman in April 1898, Kitchener's forces surprise and annihilate a large Mahdist army. The stage is set for the final confrontation. On September 2, 1898, outside the Mahdist capital of Omdurman, the two armies meet. The Khalifa throws his massive army of 50,000 warriors against Kitchener's entrenched position. They charge with incredible bravery. A sea of white-robed fighters rushing towards the British lines, but courage is no match for machine guns. The Maxims open up, spitting a relentless stream of bullets. The Mahdist charges are mown down in waves. It's not a battle, it's a slaughter. Within hours, over 10,000 Mahdist soldiers are killed, with thousands more wounded, for the loss of fewer than 50 of Kitchener's men. With the Mahdist army shattered, Kitchener marches into Omdurman. But his vengeance is not yet complete. He seeks out the tomb of the Mahdi, the man who started it all. He orders the tomb to be destroyed, dynamited into rubble. Then, in a final act of desecration, he has the Mahdi's bones dug up and thrown into the Nile. According to some accounts, he even considered keeping the Mahdi's skull as a trophy, perhaps as an inkstand or a drinking cup, before being dissuaded. Kitchener's actions were shocking, even by the standards of the time. While he was hailed as a hero in Britain, many, including a young Winston Churchill who served in the campaign, were horrified by the brutality and the desecration. Kitchener had avenged Gordon. He had reconquered the Sudan and secured the Nile for the British Empire. But in his single-minded pursuit of vengeance, he had shown a chilling, ruthless side that would forever define his legacy. He was the efficient, unstoppable general, but also the man who went too far, whose personal vendetta was paid for with the blood of thousands on the banks of the Nile. Thanks for watching. If you found this story compelling, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the dramatic moments of history. See you next time.